Now invite Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India, respected Professor Ajay Kumar Sood to kindly give his remarks and his presentation on R&D roadmap. Respected Professor Sood.
Honorable Minister of Power and New and Renewable Energy, Shri R.K. Singh ji, Honorable Minister of State, Shri Rameshwar Teli ji, Shri Bhupendra Bhalla, Secretary MNRE, and Dr. Kalai Salvi, DG CSIR, participants from India and abroad, invitees, guests, and all of you who have interest in saving the earth from the climate change, which is very preeminent. So this is a very important conference, as you can all see from the interest of people to really see how we control the CO2 emissions. So the successful deployment of green hydrogen requires an integrated and holistic approach, as was mentioned, and it necessitates collaboration across borders, sectors, and stakeholders. So all of us, it is imperative, need to work towards developing comprehensive regulatory frameworks, financial mechanisms, and supportive policies, and thereby incentivizing investment and ensuring a level playing field for green hydrogen technologies. As was mentioned by Bhupendra ji a few seconds back, very recently India launched the green hydrogen mission, and under that mission there is an advisory committee, and it set out a task to prepare an inter-ministerial report on required R&D to support green hydrogen ecosystem in India. So a large number of people from academia, industry, government labs have participated in this exercise, and a draft report has been made, which we will be putting up on MNRE website and probably Office of PSA website to seek your comments. If you think something is missed out, probably you can tell us in next 2 weeks. So this report, which has come out for about 140 pages, is the draft is ready. So I thought in this few minutes, 5-6 minutes, I'll give you a small snippets of what this report is all about, so that you can look at it in detail and get back to us. So this R&D roadmap, can I have the next slide? Sorry, I have the, okay. Yeah, as was mentioned a few minutes back, in this hydrogen mission, we have certain targets by 2030, and we will be targeting 5 million metric tons of green hydrogen annually, which will need 60 to 100 gigawatt of electrolyzer capacity and 125 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity for green hydrogen generation and associated transmission network. And we estimate that it will have annual emission averted to the tune of 50 million metric tons CO2, and it will create a large number of jobs and a huge investment in this ecosystem. Now there are technology challenges in this, as you all know. So this is just a snapshot of some challenges, like to improve the cost effectiveness in electrolyzers, storage, transportation, fuel cell, industrial applications, and advanced materials. We need to enhance the efficiency. It is imperative, which will need RE electrolysis as well as in biomass-based pathways. Now, also, we need to have the scale. We have to do this at a scale, not on a small scale, moving to gigawatt scale installations, and at the same time, which is absolutely must, to ensure safety. So we need to be sure of the design for safety, standards is imperative, and regulations. And we need to integrate this with infrastructure for storage, transport, and grid. So this R&D framework under the Green Hydrogen Mission launched by Honorable Prime Minister looks at various aspects, public-private partnership framework. So here we will have a strategic hydrogen innovation partnership, abbreviated as SHIP, which will have dedicated R&D funds with inputs from industry and government. So it will be a consortium-based approach, and we will have innovation to enhance affordability, efficiency, safety and reliability of systems, strategic international partnerships, and it will all need applied research as well as the long-shot research in breakthrough areas. Few things may take longer than few years, so they should not be ignored. We should look at them. We have to have innovative MSMEs and startups to be encouraged, and we need to identify and support centers of excellence in various subjects and broad-based adequate provision for covering different research areas. So just in next 2-3 minutes, I'll go over how it went about. So we had drafting committees of technical experts from industry and academia, so which took a look at the review status of national and global R&D, identified what are the technology gaps, performance and cost targets, what we need to get, as well as recommendation for R&D roadmap. So we have, in the next slide, I'll show some examples of that. And the key elements of recommendations are identification of high impact areas. We will have 3 verticals, mission mode challenges, which is about up to 3 to 5 years, grand challenges, which are little longer, and blue sky research, which are really very challenging projects, which will take little longer. And we will have strategies for implementation. Just to give you some examples so that it concretize what we are talking. So it has various themes, various verticals in production. We will have in storage and transportation, and of course end use applications as well as in regulations. So in hydrogen production, we will be looking at steep reduction in electrolyzer capital and operational expenditure. We will look at improving the effectiveness and productivity of operations with focus on durability and reliability, design and development large-scale electrolyzer systems up to megawatts, including stack and balance of plant, and build capacity and keep stock of materials and critical components of electrolyzer stack. Now, this is just a tentative, some examples, I will not go over it. For example, in mission mode projects, which are short-term projects, we will have low platinum group metal catalyst, electrode development, AEM, anion exchange membrane electrocatalyst development, development of solid oxide electrolyzer cell, and feedstock agnostic biomass gasification. In grand challenges, AEM electrolyzer development, power to gas co-electrolysis with solid oxide electrolyzer cells, and so on. Blue sky, which these time scales are not very strict, they will start simultaneously. One should look at the seawater electrolysis to make it on a commercial scale, electrochemical water splitting, thermochemical water splitting, and biomembrane pyrolysis. There is a big list in the report. I'll urge you to look at this report and see if you have any positive, concrete suggestions to make it a better roadmap. In the next one, we have hydrogen storage and transportation to create efficient, safe, and affordable hydrogen storage techniques for high-density storage, minimize leakage and convenient refueling, indigenous development of type 3 and type 4 compressed hydrogen tanks, developing test facilities for compressed hydrogen tanks, very important, which we need to do for type 4 cylinders, increase the efficiency and reduce the cost of hydrogen compression and liquefaction technologies, and to strengthen the pressure and capacity for new builds of 100% hydrogen pipeline while reducing their cost. So we have these material challenges. This has to be tackled. So again, some examples in three verticals. The last one of my slide is the end use applications, where we are looking at improving the reliability, endurance and safety of hydrogen fuel jet engines, improving overall performance of fuel cell systems in terms of power density, reliability and durability. So in the roadmap, we have identified some targets with specific aspirations to achieve in a reasonable amount of time, improving technologies for use of green hydrogen in blast furnace and direct reduced iron processes, and designing safe boilers and heat exchangers for using hydrogen or hydrogen natural gas mixtures. Again, I will not go into details, but again, there are well specified themes identified with this drafting committee, which had experts, and we will encourage all of you to see how you can contribute to this hydrogen ecosystem and see that we really do all these things on a scale. So the last slide is just to say the next step is obvious. We will have this roadmap which will be put up for public comments, adoption of final roadmap by government, by this mission, and we will have call for R&D proposals and the award of projects. So this is a time-bound thing, and we hope that with the cooperation of all of you from all the players, from all the sectors, we will make progress to make India a strong hydrogen economy in coming years. With this, I welcome all of you once again to this very exciting conference. Please also go out and see some nice 4 exhibits which have been put. Some exhibitions are there, and of course, 4 parallel sessions and so on. So it's a very exciting time for the next 3 days, and I hope you will go enriched when you leave this conference. Thank you very much.